Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show on this fine Friday morning. We made it, everyone.
Oh.
I know.
What's the saying, by the skin of our teeth?
Let's go.
Let's go is right. I don't really like saying that, but you're right. Let's go into the weekend and have a great one. I hope you guys you had a good week. I hope you're stoked for the weekend, and we appreciate you being here. Sarah's still out. She's, I think this week her parents who live in Florida and are in their 80s are celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary. So I don't know if it's the party's today or was last, Wednesday. I don't know. Whatever. She's back on Monday. We'll all be back in our regular spots. Bob's out too. So we're here, though. We're doing a live show, and we look forward to hopefully hearing from you via text, 800-400-3697. You can watch the show on YouTube still, right? We've got that.
Yes, we've got it going on.
Okay. So yesterday, we've got a couple things to catch up on, and then we'll get to Mason and do some trash. Yesterday, Maddie was out at Carrington College from 4 to 6?
Yeah, I was out there from 4 to 6 for their open house, and you never know who's going to stop by, listener-wise. So the very first listener, there's a couple.
As in, these are people you know?
That I've never met before.
Okay.
Edwin Kuhn, who is the evil genius who does all of this funny little AI stuff of us and is just, he entertains us. And
he's a great artist. We've posted a lot of his photos. So if you haven't seen, I think he uses some AI and some, Photoshop, whatever he does. He's really good.
He did a video after taking a picture of us, of the two of us interacting over some scene. I don't know what it is, but I think it's up on the unofficial Sarah and Vinnie Facebook page if you follow that or you want to follow that. So he immediately turned it into a whole meme and everything. But it was just neat to see somebody that you see online. And I thanked him.
Interacted with
and I'm like, thank you for entertaining me, And then another guy that stopped by was Vin from Napa, who texts in all the time, and he goes, "Hey, I'm Vin," and I'm like, "From Napa?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, yeah." But it was cool. There's a lot of folks showed up. I was, it's a college. It's not like the easiest place to stop by and say hi, and a lot of folks did. So we appreciate it. We gave away some Noah Khan tickets, which is great.
And you were out with one of our coworkers yesterday.
Yeah.
So I went to gymnastics, and I don't mean that.
Oh, for your daughters.
Yes,
I literally got a picture in my head of you doing round off back handsprings, and you're spry. I could see it.
I can do some stuff, but I definitely can't do gymnastics. No, I took my kid to gymnastics, and then we had homemade tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. And then I watched basketball. So you go out here in the city, though. That's the real stuff. Let's hear it.
I went and had lunch with Marcy from Live 105.
I love Marcy.
I do, too. And we literally walk out the main doors of the building here. And I'm wearing white jeans yesterday. And a man right outside, he goes, "What are you wearing?" And I couldn't hear him. Said something about white jeans and rain. That's all I heard. I'm assuming he was saying, "Why are you wearing white after Labor Day? You heathen." And I leaned forward, and he put his hand in my face, and he goes, "Stop! You're too close." And he was dressed like a normal person. He didn't look, like a vagrant or anything. He was clean. He looked, and I was like,
not a hobo.
He was not a hobo. And I said, "Okay, geez." And I was like, "Never mind then." And then he called me the B word.
And this is just you and Marcy right outside the front door.
And so because if you call me the B word, I now have to call you something worse. So I went down the alphabet and called him the letter after the B word.
Didn't we talk about this when we were talking about your driving? You got to be very careful.
Yes.
How you respond to people who are in the city and possibly hostile.
Yes, I could have been stabbed.
Okay. But you needed to be heard. I got you.
Well, it happened to me recently, too, at my apartment building. Somebody was banging at about 2 a.m. This was like a couple of weeks ago, and I could hear it on the main door of not my apartment, but the apartment building, and it went on for about 20 minutes. I was like, is someone else going to get that? Apparently not. So I put clothes on. I come out to the front door.
At 2 a.m?
It was so loud. And my front door, my apartment is right near the entrance. And so there's glass on the door. And so this tiny little man with his tiny little baby fists are pounding against the door. And I just was like, dude, can I help you? He goes, my cousin lives here. And I was like, well, call your cousin. I don't have a phone. Well, that sounds like a personal problem, but I'm not letting you in. And what did he do? Called me the B word.
And what did you do?
Then I called him another
More
word.
names. Okay.
More names, louder, and then he eventually left. I couldn't believe it, though. I keep getting called like a name just for your bad behavior, and then I escalate. Because
That worries me.
I know. Every time I say it out loud, I go, I shouldn't do this.
Are you in a bad neighborhood where you live?
No, I'm actually in a very quiet neighborhood.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like full of old people. So, and this guy who was at my door,
You live in a retirement community?
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of. This guy just, he didn't seem drunk. He didn't seem high. He didn't seem, but 2 a.m, banging on the door. That's not normal behavior. And don't mess with my sleep.
Well, and I don't know if the cousin story is even true, but I'm glad everything worked out.
What cousin story?
Didn't he say his cousin
Oh, his
lives
cousin.
there?
Yeah. I thought you meant I told the cousin story and you
No,
didn't believe me. And I was
his
like, what cousin?
cousin lives
Right.
there. You gotta,
Well, I
you're
thought
right.
he kind of looked like one of the guys who looked that lived below me, but the guy said, nope, that's not my cousin. And he walked off down the street into a dead end. So I don't know what happened to him.
I'm glad you didn't let him in.
Well, no. But I think I could have taken him. He was like 120 pounds.
I let some guys in my building one morning when I was going out for work, but they were obviously had been at the 49ers game the night before and were standing out there and they couldn't get in the building and they were
This
like,
is here?
no, this is at my place in Alameda.
Right. No, I mean in the Bay Area,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
modern times, not
Modern
your
times.
first time around.
Not my
Okay.
first time around, but I opened the door and the guy's like, you just saved my marriage. You just saved my marriage. You just saved my marriage. I'm like, okay, he lives here. He lives here.
Yeah.
I let him in because,
A likely
You
story.
just saved my marriage.
yeah. Well, it was 3:30 in the morning and he still had his jersey on from the 49er game. So I have a feeling he probably should have been home maybe about 6 hours before that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, now that we're all caught up, everyone, Mason's going to give us some trash. Bring what you got.
All right, let's start first with Mandy
our
Moore.
sponsor.
Oh, our sponsor. Yes, we got to do that. That's important. Look at you, such a professional. Our sponsor is Bruno Mars tickets. We're going to be doing that today at 9:05, 12:05, and 5:05 for the code word. So when you hear it, you head over to radioalice.com. You enter the code word for your chance to win a pair of tickets to Bruno Mars, October 10th at Levi Stadium, all courtesy of Live Nation.
That is the hot ticket, no doubt.
Well, because he's got so many hits, so many songs.
More than probably we even realize. Like if you looked at the list, you'd
Right.
go, oh, that. And that Silk Sonic stuff, I'm sure he's performing that too. Wasn't that a band with him and
Yeah.
Anderson Paak? Yeah, he's great. And I've heard his show's really good, you guys. So you want these ticks.
That's why I have a problem sometimes with concerts. Like I only know like 1 or 2 songs, and then I'm kind of like,
Over
okay,
it.
now what?
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's very normal, actually.
Yeah. All right. First up, we got Mandy Moore, who just shared a pretty hilarious story about Macaulay Culkin from back when they were filming that cult movie Saved together in 2004. Did you guys ever see that?
I never saw it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
It's like a religious movie, like over the top.
I did see that.
Yes, I'm filled with Christ's love.
It's
Mandy
very
Moore
funny.
is
It's very
very
funny.
religious, very full of herself, very.
Wait a minute. So the movie is pro-religion and done in a complimentary way?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's.
But she's religious, but she made a movie that's anti?
I wouldn't
was
say it's
satire.
anti. It's satire.
Okay.
So they're at a Catholic school or and they're just very judgy. Mandy Moore she plays it excellent, like just spot on.
Very believable.
Anyway, she's telling the story that she was only 18 years old at the time, and she'd never really had a normal high school experience because she'd been working since she was a kid. I mean, what was her first hit? I'm missing you like candy.
I don't know that, but I know that she's the voice in Tangled. So I know her from is it the Rapunzel story, I believe?
Yeah. So the cast was staying together in Vancouver, and she described the whole thing as basically summer camp for young Hollywood. And she says that they were actually pretty innocent for the most part, throwing giant marshmallows off hotel balconies and just hanging out. Yeah, that is Very innocent. But then Macaulay Culkin, who was old enough to drink legally in Canada, introduced everyone to White Russians, which is
What's a White Russian?
What is that? Cream and alcohol?
Or milk, yeah.
I've never
and
had
vodka.
one.
It's vodka.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Oh, you like it?
I mean, I do.
Okay.
But they're also, it's not something you want. I mean, Puke City.
Okay.
I mean, milk and alcohol don't really go together. A dairy product, you got to be careful with that one. So she said she's never had one before, and she immediately loved it because it tasted like dessert. And she said her reaction was basically, wait, milk and alcohol? This is amazing. So looking back now, she says filming Saved was a huge turning point in her career and one of the most fun experiences that she's ever had. For me, White Russians are the drink that I can't have anymore because, everyone has that one drink where...
That's tequila. Well, I don't drink at all. I have all the drinks are a problem for me. But there was a time, yes, I had a very bad experience with tequila and never drank it really again.
Was it puking or just...
It wasn't, but it was, I drank a lot. I passed out. The 2 girls at the party stripped me and wrote all over me. All over. Like, I did not...
What did they write?
Stood. No, like one of the girls who I didn't know at the time had written her name on my ween on it.
Oh my!
On it. And
what word was it?
I ended up
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Dating her for about, I want to say 3+ years
She liked
in
what
high
you
school.
saw.
Well, I don't know that it was so much that. I didn't like her after that happened because I didn't.
But you said you dated her after that.
Yes, well, she worked her way in, and that was...
Did she write her name on you?
Yes.
Did she call dibs on you? Is that what she did?
She did write her name right there.
So is that how I need to get a man?
I don't recommend it. I mean, honestly, I was 16, and at the time, it didn't strike me as, an abusive... But if you did that to a girl... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You strip someone down and write all over them, and I actually didn't know it until the next day that had happened to me because, wasted the whole thing. But I went to the beach and there.
What kind of markers did
covered.
they
It was
use?
Sharpie.
So
all over me.
Just for size reference, what was her name?
Her name was Darcy.
Oh, wow.
I have a cousin named Darcy.
Do you?
Wouldn't that be funny?
It's definitely not.
It's Mason's cousin that Vinnie used to date, who wrote her name on his ween. Okay, that's charming. I love the fact, though, that Macaulay Culkin in this story is the one that's, causing these underage children to be bad. Because we all have that one person that kind of pushes us to be, to do bad things more than other friends. And you avoid those people sometimes.
I have the Los Gatos party mom coming up in the news, and that's the story where a full-blown grown-up is providing for young children, but that, yes, you hope the older person in your friend group is able to buy, like once they are of age, that they can buy for you, and that's a super big bonus, but you don't want someone's mom and dad doing that for you.
No. How old were you, though, when you first had your drink? Your first drink, I mean.
I don't remember it like that, but I started drinking sort of regularly around 15.
Okay. Maddie, for you?
I was 9.
Oh, West Virginia. There was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but-
it was a camping trip that Brother Bill, who was like a friend of the family, took all the kids on and bought beer and thought he would teach us a lesson.
That sounds like the beginning. No, that doesn't sound good.
And now that I look back on it, yes, it does sound like the beginning of a really creepy.
Yeah.
Have a
Yikes.
seat over here, Dateline.
Brother Bill.
Yeah, Brother
Wait
Bill.
a minute. I stole your thunder, though. You were about to tell us about your White Russian experience. Why can't you drink White Russians?
Vomit.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
nothing really too
Simple
exciting
enough.
besides vomit. Well, so I didn't drink until I was a little bit older, as I didn't do most things till I was older because, say it with me now, I was unattractive. So
You say that, but I feel like
I need to find you photos to show you.
people found what they wanted at any age, at any level of, I don't know.
But I still had standards of what I hold now, so
all right.
it's a little bit different. But I didn't drink until I went to college for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went to my very first college party and I became incredibly intoxicated. And I don't know why a college party had White Russians, But
You
I
said-
had White Russians. I also had beer. I had what is it? Cabana Boy.
I've never heard of that either.
That's rum. So I had two occasions. Would you ever know what like a sorority cruise is?
Well, I was just going to say, you mentioned a sorority yesterday, and so I'm assuming that was part of
That was
this
a part
experience.
of it.
Okay.
And Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, I went to Washington State University in Pullman, and we would have a
Cougars,
sorority
right?
event. Yep, go Cougs. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by that.
College football, you know these
Okay,
things.
fair. So I just blanked on where I was going. Oh, okay. My
White
bad.
Russians.
I swear I haven't
Coeur
been having
d'Alene.
White Russians this morning. I promise. So we went to Coeur d'Alene and we would take a bus there. And I think it was like a 2-hour bus ride. You fill up
A
water
sorority
bottles.
house
Yep.
bus.
You bring a date. It's a date dash. You grab a T-shirt and you go on a cruise in Coeur d'Alene and you drink on the bus going up. You drink on the cruise there. You drink on the bus coming back. And this is why I don't drink on planes or boats anymore, too, because when you're intoxicated and you're drinking things, you can't go home. You're stuck on it, and it's just a never-ending, horrible ride. So that is why I don't go on cruises and I don't drink White Russians. Anyway. British supermodel Suki Waterhouse. I love that they're calling her a supermodel. Is she really? I couldn't even tell you what she looks like. I know that she's dating Robert Pattinson, but anyway, she confirmed that she will be attending Taylor Swift's wedding to Travis Kelce on July 3rd in New York City.
Oh, you know what? I don't know her either, but she's very pretty.
Is she? Oh, okay. I've seen her.
And she's with Robert Pattinson. I mean, that's...
Would you
that's
call her a supermodel, though? That's like, come
I
on.
think those terms have lost any power.
Yeah.
I think that is something that was around for an exclusive group of women in maybe the 80s or 90s, and that's no more.
Right, exactly. So she confirmed that she's going to be going to their wedding and that she RSVP'd yes, and she said that while speaking to Variety magazine, which I feel like that's exactly what they told you not to do. Don't tell people. This is why they had everything being so secret. So, you know, that was one of the dates that was leaked, and everyone was like, that's probably it, but we're not 100% positive. And, well, now she confirmed it.
It sounds like I'm reading about her right now, and she's also a musician. She's playing Stern Grove Festival on July 26th here in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I didn't realize that she and Taylor were such good friends. Taylor has so many famous friends, though. I mean, she's friends with Lena Dunham, and I mean, we'll see if Blake Lively shows up at the wedding. And then, of course, some of Taylor Swift's fans are concerned about whether she's going to change her last name.
Well, I wouldn't think that she would do that professionally, but you mean even personally that's a problem for some
I
fans?
guess the buzz started after Travis Kelce liked an Instagram clip debating what happens to their last names after they get married. And in the video, the podcast hosts were joking that Taylor is so famous that Travis should actually become Travis Swift instead of Taylor becoming Taylor Kelce. And they even floated Swift Kelce as a hyphenated option. And he liked the post immediately. So, of course, fans are like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
I see Taylor Swift as a pretty modern superstar, so I could see her going either way.
Yeah.
I mean, she's probably has some traditional, upbringing. Her parents seem to still be together, and she grew up in country music, so I don't know if that's a fair stereotype, but either way, I won't be surprised whatever she does.
Well, and Taylor Swift, though, it's not just a name. It's a billion-dollar brand.
Absolutely.
So even if she legally changed her name after marriage, I mean, most people, she'd almost, certainly continue performing professionally as Taylor Swift.
I don't know. Having gone through that with my missus, it is a strange thing that a woman has to apply to get a name change. It takes effort. But even more importantly, if you've known yourself as one thing, and now you go to sign your name and you have to find a new signing and all. Seems really weird.
Yeah.
Like a really weird, I mean, it's just part of the package of getting married. Now you also, if you didn't already, you live together and you're sharing bank accounts or maybe you don't. I don't know, but.
That's the dream. That's another reason I don't want to be single anymore. I'd like someone else's income added to mine.
Ah.
Is that wrong?
Would you change your last name?
I did. When I got married, I changed my name.
The name you go by right now is the name that you.
No.
your married
I've
name.
changed it back since then.
Oh.
So my last name was Harless, and so I went by Susan Harless, and his mother was also Susan Harless.
Get out of here.
And she had not the exact same year, but we had the same birthday, August 2nd.
Whoa.
Yeah. So even after we got divorced, I would text him and I'd be like, don't forget to wish your mother a happy birthday.
So so you went back to your other name, like legally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I never understood why women keep, unless you have children, why you would keep your married name after you're no longer married.
I'm going to guess it's because it's a pain in the ass.
Well, that's a big portion of it, too, because I will say, I mean, that's why I took forever to get divorced, too. I was like, oh, I got to get up early to go to the courthouse. That
Maddie
sounds like
knows
a lot of
something
work.
about that.
About no, I'm not
You've been
divorced yet.
separated for
I
how
know,
long?
but we
What do you
haven't
mean,
got-
no?
Wait a minute. You're not divorced?
Not yet. No,
It's how long?
What?
over 2 years.
Right.
It's been over 2 years. And we are traveling together
What?
for my brother's memorial coming up in 2 weeks. And
Oh, that's sweet,
I
actually.
think the deed conversation is going to have to happen because we're going to be in the car a lot together, and it needs to be talked about. And
What do you mean, like, let's do this?
yeah, well, I mean, why are
What
we
else?
not?
Yeah, why are you not is right.
Exactly. Why are we not?
Maybe you guys will reconnect and
We've talked about
a
this.
spark
That's
will come
not
back.
fair.
No?
It's not happening.
Aw. But she's coming with you. That's incredibly.
Well, she's
That's
20
nice.
years. You're part of somebody's family, and
Right.
it was her brother too.
That's-
So
That's kind of cool. I like that.
yeah. But it is going to be. It's still going to be crunchy. I mean, 2
Yeah.
weekends together.
Yeah.
Los Gatos Party Mom and more coming up in the news after these. Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Sarah's out, Mason's in, and it's time for news. Right now, we've got a quick tag to get to before we do the weather. That's my bad. This Alice Report is brought to you by Fremont Bank. Summer's almost here, and it's time to make a splash. Fremont's Aqua Adventure Water Park opens this May, bringing wave after wave of family fun. Race down the thrilling 4-story water slide, float the day away on the lazy river, watch the kids light up with joy at the splash pad, pack your sunscreen, and plan your perfect summer day at Aqua Adventure Water Park, made possible by Fremont Bank Foundation. Partly cloudy overhead. There was rain overnight, but I believe that's done. 70 is your high today, and warmer and sunnier for the weekend, like up to the 80s. So it'll be nice. I do know a lot of congratulations to all the graduates, be it college or high school. The high school right near my house had graduation yesterday, and there was some rain, which is a bummer, but I could hear the celebrations and was just like vibing on that. Like, that's so rad. All these youngsters like finishing up and heading out into the world. So congratulations on your graduations, if that's what's happening for you out there. I guess I'll begin with the NBA San Antonio, even the series. We got a Game 7 for Saturday night at OKC, 5 p.m. tip time. So that's fun. The Los Gatos party mom is in the news, and really we've been following this since the beginning. I don't know if you had party moms or party dads in your life growing up. It sounds like you didn't.
Because I didn't have parties.
Get out, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I definitely had moms and dads that sort of allowed that thing under the guise that I'd rather have you be safe here than out in the town driving or, whatever. That's different than what this mom was doing, although I don't even think you can have parties at your house. Like, maybe that's going on. I wouldn't do it. No way. Not being responsible for
Social
young people
media
getting ripped. That's not an option. But Los Gatos party mom, who got teens drunk and pressured them to have sex, has gotten the maximum prison sentence. She's 52. And she's looking at 35 years and 10 months for hosting alcohol-fueled parties. She says she did it because it was during the pandemic and her son's social life had just gone away, and she was trying to provide them a place to have some fun. But she was completely out of hand and
pressuring them to have
giving
sex?
them condoms, getting them wasted, pushing them into rooms together. She was doing this all while telling these kids, don't tell your parents what's happening here. She provided vodka, Fireball whiskey, beer, hard seltzers, and condoms to kids that were mostly 13 to 15 years old. So she was...
What's the motivation for that? I mean, do you think like she wasn't cool and is trying to live vicariously through her kids, or what?
Yeah. I do. I can't imagine how she thought this was going to end. I'm assuming she believed she was going to get away with it, but kids are narcs.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know that. They're going to end up, especially if they're caught, talking. And I don't say that as they shouldn't have talked. I just mean that was inevitable, in my opinion, that she would be busted.
What would you do if that was your daughter at a party?
I can't tell you how mad I'd be. I mean, what would I do? I don't know. Let's hope I never have to cross that bridge, because I would have a really hostile reaction to it. She's saying, I'm not here to make excuses for my actions. Y'all trusted me and I let you down. Because of my actions or lack thereof, I've been absent for my own children, missing major milestones in time that I can never get back. And I know the victims and the victims' parents don't care what she lost, because the parents, there was days of victim statements, and they were saying things like, you stole my kid's innocence, which is really what I would be like. That's it. When you're hanging with your kids and they're just still kids, it's a good feeling. It feels great. I wouldn't want to know that my daughter was smoking, drinking, partying. Right. Like, it's just too soon. So anyway, she got 35 years, everyone.
Ooh.
The next story is funny to me because I laugh to myself because Bob, who's not here, I believe she's at another wedding. Bob, one of her little statements that she makes quite often is always be Brandon, and you got to give it to Trump. President Trump, always be Brandon. So here's some trivia, which you may not realize. What's the largest current denomination for U.S. paper currency? 100K, 10K, 1K, 500, or 100?
For a single bill?
Uh-huh.
I would have thought $100 bill?
It's a $100 bill. That's the largest bill that's been printed over the past 80 years. They say the larger denominations were taken out of circulation because they were being used by organized crime.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing.
The White House is now pushing, this is where the always be Brandon part of the story comes up. The White House is now pushing to approve a $250 bill featuring Donald Trump's portrait. It would require changing a 160-year-old law that prohibits any living person from appearing on U.S. currency. So first they have to get over that hurdle. Then they have to approve the $250 bill, which is being floated because, of course, this 4th of July would be our country's 250th anniversary. So I've seen the mock-up for it, and it'll be interesting. They have a lot of hurdles to get over before they can make this happen, but that's being floated.
At one point, I would have been like, oh, that'll never happen. But these days, who knows?
Seems to get done, doesn't it?
Oh, it makes me so angry. I mean, deep breaths, deep breaths.
Yeah, well, and I would imagine it's like the $2 bill. No one actually used it, but it became that. I don't know if you went through this. My grandpa would give me silver dollars or a $2 bill, and it would be that little thick gift that you'd go, I'll save it. Mm-hmm. And you
the $2 would often come in a birthday card.
Right.
Yeah, it was
cool. So they're sort of more, it will be a commemorative bill,
gimmicky,
although quite a bit more than the $2, $2.50. But we'll see.
What about Harriet Tubman? Let's put her on some money.
The Democrats are saying they're not going to let this happen, so...
Yeah,
they're in. I know they're in for a fight. The next story is a 48-year-old man in Pennsylvania named Eric came home on Tuesday after drinking all night, and his wife was pissed. She told him, "Our marriage is over." They yelled at each other. They fought. They argued. And he said, "If it's over, I'll tear the house down." Which people say stuff, right? You're in an argument.
What is he, like the big bad wolf?
He walked outside and has an excavator, which
you never follow through, Gary. You won't.
He did.
He goes, oh, yeah, watch me.
He went outside, climbed in an excavator, and began tearing into his house while his wife and 2 daughters were still inside.
Oh.
And again, this is a guy who'd been drinking all night, so he got home, was wasted, was in trouble with the wife. She called 911. Police showed up before anyone was hurt. The damage to the house, though, was really significant. A big chunk of the roof was torn down, and experts say the structural integrity is in question. He's now...
Are they still married?
No, I don't think
weird.
that's going to...
It was a mistake. He meant well.
He's facing several charges, and his wife is planning to seek protection from abuse order as well.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't understand people who destroy things when they're angry. Whether alcohol is involved or not, I think about repercussions, and I'm the one that's going to have to clean that, or that's my things that I'm breaking. I don't understand that.
But then someone cuts you off on the freeway and you chase them down.
Yeah, but I'm not wrecking my car.
You might.
Yeah, but not on purpose. I'm talking like intentionally breaking my dishes or something. Yes, there's repercussions that may happen. Absolutely. Strong possibility that they're going to happen, but obvious destruction, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not one to... If I lose my temper, I kind of get quiet.
Oh.
As someone who is, pretty loud and, loquacious, if you know that word.
Look at you. SAT word.
But yeah, I get quiet and I just wait it out. It's not good.
How do you ever explode? Do you just bury
No,
it
I
deep
don't.
down?
No. I mean, I'll wait and talk about it. I mean, if we're talking about like my marriage or something, but most things aren't the end of the world.
Do you have like a journal? Dear diary, today Maddie was mean to me.
No, but do you have a journal?
I really set myself up for that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yes, I do.
You have a journal?
Yes.
Did you journal last night?
No.
But when do you journal? Like at home? Is it like in your house?
Yeah, sometimes. My mom found my old diary. There was a lot of lyrics to Green Day, Dookie on it. And the lyrics to, what do you call it? I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Coolio song. Not the Bible verse.
What was that from? Dangerous Games?
Yeah.
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds.
Walk through the valley of the shadow-
Gangsta's
There you go.
Paradise. Yeah. But no, I used to write in my diary a lot, and then I go back and read it, and I go, oh, that's embarrassing. But I actually, for a guy that I dated, I gave him, I sent him a picture of one of my diary entries about him.
Like mean stuff.
No, it was incredibly kind things. Like very, very kind things that every man would want to read about himself.
And did he
I think it's his most prized possession. I think
right.
he framed it. It's 8x10 on his nightstand, and his wife. No, I'm kidding.
800-400-3697 is our text number, and Maddie's on the show.
A couple quick ones. 415. Amazing how much folks complained about a little rain. OMG, it rained. Graduation is ruined. Give us a break.
You know, I don't disagree with you that we're pretty spoiled here, but also May 28th, pouring, not just drizzle, pouring.
Yeah.
Feels wrong.
510. Hey, Mason, have you ever considered doing comedy? I think you'd be great just talking about funny experiences and doing the voices that you do. Jorge in Newark.
Thanks, Jorge. I've been asked to do it, and it scares the living daylights out of me.
Oh, then you should definitely do it.
I
Vinny's
don't
done
like
it.
people looking at me like on stage. That's why people are like, you talk all the time. I'm like, on the radio. Between like there's two other people in here.
Sarah says that a lot too. She will say, I'd love doing this in this room right here with these people. I'm not trying to be out there.
Big auditoriums scare me.
What's coming up in the trash, Mason?
Actually,
we've got
we have
advice.
Oh, bad advice after these, everyone. Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Sarah's out. Mason, you've heard her on the midday. She's in with us today, and we've got bad advice in just a second. This bad advice is brought to you by Fred Armisen Tickets. This week, listen at 8 a.m. for the cue to call, 800-400-3697. If you are caller 9, you win a pair of tickets to Fred Armisen on October 27th at the Castro Theater, courtesy of Another Planet. Partly cloudy today and a high of 70. Warmer and sunnier and more beautiful all weekend. So good stuff ahead. We now turn our attention to Maddie, who is sitting on. You've picked. What did you go through all the bad advices we'd gotten? And
Yes.
you've picked 2.
We got a couple here for you.
Okay.
Both of them did not want their names mentioned, but you can hopefully they'll follow up with us on these. First one, my husband and I were very close with his cousin and wife for years and truly looked up to them like family mentors. We even helped them with their business and kids when they were younger. Later, while building a house near them, they let us stay in the garage apartment until it was done. On one trip, the wife seemed stressed and distant, so we tried not to burden them. We stayed mostly in the apartment, cleaned up carefully, cooked for ourselves, thanked them constantly, and offered them help whenever possible. One evening, after a long hike with our exhausted 2- and 6-year-olds, I invited her to dinner. She replied that she was working and would touch base later. But after 2 hours with no response, the restaurant became packed and our kids were melting down from hunger, so we ended up ordering takeout instead, and I texted her afterward explaining the situation. A month later, she angrily accused us of intentionally ditching her, despite us explaining there was never any bad intent. Sadly, the relationship never recovered, and 4 years later, they still don't speak to us. What hurts most is that after years of love and support, our misunderstanding seemed enough for her to assume the worst instead of talking it through. We genuinely love them and still feel deeply hurt by it. So my question is, are we wrong? Should we try to repair the relationship? Or is it healthier to just let it go? P.S. I'm obsessed with you guys.
So the bad advice segment, that's how it works. You can, what is the bad advice email, by the way?
badadvice973@gmail.com.
So you can send us your notes anytime, and we're opening this up to texters as well. So the text number is 800-400-3697. I will turn first to Mason, who's in for Sarah, and say, what do you think about the bad advice?
I would assume it's not about the dinner.
I agree.
That is the tipping point, something else. There's been probably a bunch of things prior to that, and that was just the point. Because I am a little bit like that. I've ended a few friendships that from their side, it probably looked like, oh my God, are you serious? Like you ended like us for something so small. But it's been something bigger that's happened. I forgave you, and that behavior kept going, and I was just done, and I just walked away. So to me, it sounds like there was probably other things. 2 hours, I mean, it also, I guess, depends on when she sent that initial message. You know, did you send that initial message at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? 2 hours doesn't sound that long. But either way, like, and you can be aggravated, I guess, if they went to dinner without you. But I think blowing up about it is what shows that that's not what this is truly about.
If I heard it correctly, and I may have it wrong, but I think you overstayed your welcome with them. I think that it's very hard for someone who loves you to finally say, like, I can't believe you're still like taking from us without, like, I just think that that's one of those things where someone's really nice and has gone out of their way to help you, and it's extended over and over again. At some point, they hope you will stop asking, I think. And that is why they feel like you've just taken too much. I am someone who I don't like to borrow things. I don't like to overstay my welcome anywhere. I would never go somewhere I wasn't invited. Like, it's really weird. I understand that they've been so generous. And so there you are going, well, we need the help, so we'll take it. But at some point, you have to be able to say to yourself, we've been here too long.
Well, she said, though, that's the part which it's interesting because it's all about perspectives of, you know, that they were helping out and they were doing things, but obviously probably not to the extent that the other people thought that they should be doing more.
Family dynamics are weird, but if you bring someone into your home, like my dad had his sister move in with us and my mom's brother moved in at one point, and those things, they change the whole dynamic in the house and the way that everyone's interacting. And there is a point where you got to go.
Yeah,
you got to go. You like our kids are here. We're you've been eating dinner with us for 2 years now. It's time for us to get back to, you know what I mean? Like that becomes an overstay. So that's what I'm guessing the hostility is about, is the overstay. But
it is interesting that it's family and they just cut ties completely. I mean, that situation I would have thought was more of like a friend, but for family, it must be not like super close. They said cousins?
Cousins, yeah.
Okay, so maybe not super close, and that's why it's been easier for them to cut off.
And also, you have to think about what this does to a marriage. There might be one person in the situation saying, it's our family, we can, and another person saying, I don't want to have them here again. And now you're making friction between a couple. And now they're in an argument all the time about, again, they're here. So I think that's really what's at the heart of this problem, not the dinner.
Well, you should definitely reach out and tell us what they say.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't think you can push repair on them, but you might consider saying, if we overstayed our welcome and took advantage of your kindness, we apologize.
So often people just want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged. You know, even with like customer service, you call AT&T or T-Mobile, you're upset about something. If they can't do anything, it's like, I can't do anything for you. Like, you know what? I'm so sorry. I wish our policy was different. People just want to be heard and acknowledged 9 times out of 10.
707, I would say that they made an effort to patch up the relationship. It is over. They should walk away from that friendship. 408 puts it in song, let them go, let them go. Let them go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the consensus from the text line. All right, I got one more here for you guys. This is about an aging parents, which a lot of us are dealing with. My mother-in-law.
A lot of us. Yeah, that's where Sarah is right now.
Yeah.
My parents are celebrating their 60th anniversary. Imagine that.
Wow.
All right. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No. My mother-in-law is 72, lives with her dog. She smokes and is diabetic. Her husband left her roughly 8 years ago when she was on antidepressants, but stopped taking them a few years ago. She seemed fine for a while. My husband, her son, went to see her for Mother's Day, and she isn't showering or cleaning much. The dog wets in the house because she never trained him. She also doesn't walk him. We have tried to talk to her, but she doesn't listen or seem to want help. My husband is an only child. My mother-in-law has 3 siblings who have their own lists of issues and aren't much help. What do we do? How do you help someone who doesn't want help or think there's a problem?
You first on this one, Vin.
Well, here's what I would say. If that was happening with my mom, I would gather my brothers and we would say, if you can't keep up a standard of living here that is acceptable to us as your children, we are going to take you to a place that can do a better job taking care of you. You cannot live in a filthy house without showering. It's not an acceptable standard. That's what I would say. Now, my mom might say, I'm a grown woman and you get out of my house. And at that point, what can I do? I can't drag her to an elder care place, but I would try very hard to gather my brothers and make a point to her that we can't let you live like this.
That's the nice part, though, that you have brothers. You've got an army behind you. You guys can collectively come as one. It's a lot different when you're an only child.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
He doesn't have that. I don't have that. And
what would you do then?
That's a really tough one because 72, in the big scheme of things, not that old.
It's not.
It's just getting closer and
but
closer.
You know what? But her health isn't great. So what did she say? She's diabetic? Or what did they say?
She stopped taking antidepressants, and that is a huge one. And, everyone thinks of themselves in situations like this. So it kind of, I was dealing with depression at one point really badly when I was in a relationship, and I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do things. And
this was your marriage?
No.
Or after your
when
marriage?
When I was living with a boyfriend at the time, and he wanted me to do everything with him. And honestly, it probably would have been a lot worse if I wasn't with him. But depression is real and serious, and oftentimes people label you as lazy, and it can really affect you. So maybe at the very least have a conversation with her, try to get her back on her antidepressants. What
That's
level?
a very good point. I didn't even think of that.
Well, and that's because you don't if you've never dealt with it. If you don't have that experience, it doesn't come into your mindset of how to deal with it. And yeah, you on the surface, you go, oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. You don't do that. But okay, let's get to the bottom of why you're doing that. Are you a harm to yourself? Is the animal not being taken care of? Does she have pee pads? And that's what the animal is using. I get it. And one of those things that you beat yourself up quite often too when you're depressed and you feel like, God, why can't I take care of this? Why can't I do it? At the end of the day, if she's not, it's not dementia, she's not hurting herself, she's a grown woman. What can you do? You can talk about your concern for her and, try to help alleviate the situation by talking to her about the depression and whatnot. But I don't know what else you can really you can't force her. It's not, what is it, a 1080 or what's it called when you have to commit someone? We're not at that level.
1050?
1050.
Yeah, the text, one of the, got a couple texts that are saying that.
5150, is that it? It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
I think
There's a number involved.
5150 is a suicide attempt, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
My bad.
My bad.
408, if the police or healthcare decide that she's unable to care for herself, they can force her to go to a nursing home. Not ideal mentally, but it might be the best thing for her at some point.
No, I think Mason just hit it, which is you've got to talk to her about getting back on her medicine and explain like why you're concerned. It's filthy here. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not taking care of your living space. We are worried that this is a really going to end badly.
What can I do to help you? Do you need me to come over and help you with the dishes? Can we, if you can afford to hire someone, start thinking of ways to help her.
510, elder mom sounds like the onset of dementia. She would definitely need to be evaluated and then go from there. For older people, sometimes their body and their home are the only things left that they can control.
Mm-hmm. It's like when you take away the car keys, a lot of elderly people become livid of having that control taken away from them.
I think back to my childhood where whatever you want to say about your parents and I can look back and say that my mom always made sure I had a clean place to sleep, that I had a good meal in my tummy, and I would be so bummed to think that she's there in her life in her 70s. I would be really sad about it. I would try whatever you can, and at least then if you find yourself with her saying, I don't want my meds and I don't want any help, then you've done what you can do.
It's one of my biggest fears, though, to be honest, as an only child, of having to deal with my parents on their own. Thankfully, they're pretty grounded and have a good head on their shoulders now, knock on wood. But having that conversation, having to deal with things as like just dealing with their house and stuff once they're gone gives me, I don't want to do it.
It's weird that you say it like that because my wife has a stepsister, but she's an only child. So she's certainly the only one responsible for her mother who's in her 80s. And when we were after our first kid was born and it was hard on the relationship, I was like, we can't have another. We barely made it through this. But her real concern was that, like, I don't want Isla to be completely dependent or be the one person in the family that can be responsible for me later in life.
I don't have a whole lot of family to begin with. And then I start thinking about what am I going to do for the holidays and stuff when my parents are gone.
Ugh.
Like, it's scary.
So 800-400-3697 is our text number. You can text us, and we will be back with news after these. Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Sarah's out. She's visiting family, and Mason from our midday show is in with us today. We're going to do some news here in a second. This Alice report is brought to you by the Napa Valley Wine Train. Head to radioalice.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Napa Valley Wine Train Gourmet Express lunch or dinner. Your choice, courtesy of Napa Valley Wine Train. I heard you fighting that cough back. Sorry.
What are you talking about? It's a little throat tickle.
Okay. Anyway, let's see here. Begin with, did Max get back to you?
No.
The dude that you were supposed to go to dinner with in the marina.
He hung up on me when we were talking on the phone. He was like, well, it sounds like you wouldn't have been much fun anyway. He hung up on me.
And then that was
That was it.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought maybe there'd be an effort.
Hey, I'm really sorry that I didn't get my swole on in time for our date. No,
funny.
there was no follow-up.
Then we'll begin with our first story. Oh, and I should say partly cloudy today, a high of 70, but the weekend is looking beautiful, warmer and sunnier everywhere. I thought this was cool. You know, when summer would come, I remember that feeling of just blasting out of school and into the summer, surfing the whole summer and skateboarding and hanging with friends. We didn't really have many ways to communicate with each other than the old landline.
Smoke signals.
In general, you knew where your people were and where you'd see them, and we did see that each other a lot all summer long. Teens can be hard, and here are suggestions for parents on summer traditions to start with a teenager, because parents are way more involved now in where your kids, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, kids running wild all summer long can end badly. But here are some suggestions on 15 summer traditions to start with a teenager. My wife has already done this one. The summer bucket list ritual. Write it down, what you'd like to do this summer, like with your kids, sit with them and write down the things that they hope to do, and then you can scratch them off as the summer moves along. That's pretty cool. So that is, go to the beach a lot or whatever, and then you can hopefully get to some of those things. The weekly high and low. Every Sunday dinner, share your best and worst moments of the week. We don't always get to eat dinner together as a family because of my hours, but when we do, we often talk about our day like that.
That's so important to me.
What does my kid say? Thorn?
Oh, flower thorn. The rose.
Rose?
Mm-hmm.
Thorn?
Rose thorn.
Hope? Rose thorn? I don't remember the three things, but there's three things. It's rose, thorn, and one other thing.
They play that a lot on reality dinner or TV shows to create drama. Well, tell me about the trip. What was your favorite part and what was the worst part?
Yeah, well, that's what we do at dinner sometimes. So
rose, thorn, bud.
Yes!
And bud is what you hope?
Is what you're hoping for.
Oh,
what you
that's
can
cute.
see turning into something cool.
Okay.
That's it. The bud, you got it. So the first day of summer breakfast, same diner, same booth, same order year after year. Here's another thing that you can do with your kid to start some traditions. These are 15 summer traditions to start with your teenager. A special night drive. Same route, windows down. They control the music every single time. I think that sounds fun. One of our family friends, I was taking him back to his house from ours. And we got in the van and I said, okay, what do you want to listen to? And he picked his favorite song and I cranked it the whole way. And then later his dad said he loved the drive home because you let him pick the song and that you rocked out on the way. So, that's one way to make a kid feel like they have a say. I'd say kids have a lot of say these days. That's what this whole thing is about.
Gentle parenting.
Parents working on their kids' summer and trying to make it special. One new recipe a week. Pick a dish neither of you's made, cook it together, and rate it. Honestly, these are summer traditions as kids are getting out of school. This might be their last week. My kids have one more week, but it's happening. The end of week campfire. Or candle, they say. Talk. Light something, sit down, no phones, just talk until it burns out. All right. A thank you jar. Each week, Every week, each of you drops in one note of something you appreciated about the other.
Oh, I like that. Isn't an issue with some of these, though, is that teenagers are moody and they don't want to talk to you and they don't want to hang out with you. They want to do their own thing. Isn't this like better for like younger kids?
I think you hit it with moody, which is they have the moments where you're connecting as you normally would, and then they have the moments where they sass you and you're like, what the?
Because isn't your oldest daughter like
She's
getting into that?
She's right there.
Because sixth grade girls can be mean.
She's right there.
Ooh.
She's right there.
Get excited.
We're in that now. And you know, I've talked to her very honestly about it's hard to grow up. It's not easy. I mean, you go through like you've talked about bullying. I didn't necessarily suffer from that as much, but there's certainly you get pimples and you're like, I can't be seen like this. And then your mom goes, you're going to school. All the kids have pimples. But
and I thought pimples were going to stop. They didn't tell you that they keep going and that you could get them as you get older. I thought, oh, when I'm 21, I'll be done. Mm-mm.
Anyway, there's a bunch of these on this list. It's 15 summer traditions you can start as with a teenager. The summer soundtrack adds songs each week to a shared playlist, and those will create memories for you guys. I'm not going to do all 15. It's just too many. But you can look that up. 15 summer traditions to start with a teenager, and you shouldn't have trouble finding it. We could even post that, couldn't we? Yep. All right, I'll give that to Maddie to post on. Where are we posting things now?
The Radio Alice Facebook page.
Okay, there you go. Let's see here. How about a fast fact?
Deal. Let's hear it.
When Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas first opened in 1966, cocktail waitresses in Greco-Roman wigs would greet guests and say, "Welcome to Caesar's Palace. I am your slave."
Things that you can't do now for
Gnarly,
$1,000, Alex. Jeez.
Wild. When Mr. Potato Head first came out in 1952, it was just the body parts on sharp spikes, and you had to provide your own potato.
What do you think about it? Who came up with that toy?
The plastic potato didn't come around until the 70s.
I know what we'll do. We'll take body parts and we'll put it on a potato, and kids will love it.
You know what I'm super amped for? And I know this is like clearly a spot where I'm at in life, but Toy Story 5 comes out this summer.
I saw that.
And
Bad Bunny's going to be in it.
What?
Bad Bunny. He's going to be one of the voices.
Well, he is a big star, isn't he? Let's see here. Sorry, I lost my fast fact page as I jumped around. Oh, there it is. Okay. Platypuses don't nurse their babies like other mammals. Instead, they concentrate their milk in their stomach and then sweat it out. And I guess the baby licks them?
I saw that. Mm-hmm. I follow a lot of those like interesting fact pages, and I'm super into like science and animals and like weird history facts lately. I think they're fascinating.
Next time we have you in for a fill-in, I'm sure there'll be more. Bring some of those things that you have from your page and share them with us.
Oh, I can't wait. I posted this one the other day, and I think it might still be up on my Instagram story at Mason on the Mic, of a whale feeding the baby, and the milk doesn't mix with the water. So
I'm not sure what you mean. So they squirt the milk out, but it doesn't.
It looked like it was coming from a patch, and I should preface that I sometimes need to double check that this isn't AI because I fall for that stuff very easily. So this might be one of those things. It's like when my parents used to lie to me to be funny, and I would take what they said as truth, and then I would regurgitate it later and embarrass myself. That's what's happening now, I think.
My mom told me, this is a true story. My mom told me that birds eat little boys' wieners. So zip your zipper up. And I was like, deathly afraid of birds because I thought that they would eat my worm.
Have you told your kids anything?
Nothing like that. No, not at all.
You got to start.
We had a friend with a finger missing, and he and my mom convinced me that it happened because he was picking his nose and sneezed. And that's like,
that's great.
Gotta keep your finger out of your nose, kid.
Your mom is so fun.
My
800. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My grandmother used to say that if you unscrew your belly button, your legs will fall off. I always was trying to do it. I was like, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. I wonder if I just, take my legs off. That's probably a good excuse.
800-400-3697. You can share your weird family jokes or comment on the show, whatever. Maddie's here with those.
925. Mason.
Yo.
Hi, it's Max. I'm still at the gym. Catch you later.
Oh, that was funny.
Let's go. 310. Parents used to drop us off with family in Mexico. They got 2 months from freedom from us.
Oh, wow. That is a really big deal.
Yeah. I know my parents were just like, how many summer camps can we get this kid into?
Yeah, you have to. Absolutely.
650. Loving the summer bucket list.
It's a thing. I didn't even know they were doing it. I saw the list on the countertop and looked at it and went, oh, that's rad. Like campfires and these things that my kid wants to do, in her summer. I love it. That's a really good idea.
707. Cool driving story, Vin. My dad forced me to listen to 70s rock. You're going to make a great grandpa if you ever get that chance.
I think I am. How did I word it? I had my own grandkids. I'm in my 50s, and I have a 7-year-old. I don't know that I'm gonna make it to grandpa age, but fingers crossed.
You're pretty healthy and in shape.
I try.
Buff.
510. It's been a fun week with Mason, Dawn, listening on Odyssey.
It has been fun, Mason.
Beautiful Murphys, California. 415. Bad advice. Please do it over. I just woke up. Well, we have a podcast. We have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, no problem. We'll start
go
over.
back
We'll give different advice this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Those were hard ones, but I do think right away there are people who can relate to both of those. So check that out on the Odyssey app or on our YouTube channel. But I love that segment. Bad advice is great.
650. Happy Friday to Mason, Vinnie, and Maddie. All of you look like you're still in your 30s, and Mason is hilarious. I have a younger brother in Tokyo. I feel like I will be the only one here as my parents age as well. Sheila in Daly City listening on the Odyssey app.
Mason, what's coming up in the trash?
Well, besides some gossip, we've got Fred Armisen tickets that we got to give away. That's coming up here at 8:05.
Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Sarah's out. Mason's in. You know her from the midday here on Alice, and also she's all over the socials at Mason on the mic. Give her a follow. She's great. Fred Armisen tickets now up for grabs. Call 800-400-3697. Be caller 9, and you'll win a pair of tickets to Fred Armisen on October 27th at the Castro Theater. Caller 9 at 800-400-3697. Good luck. That prize is courtesy of Another Planet. We now, before we get to Mason doing some trash, she would like to confess about her whale facts.
They were wrong.
Maddie took one look at the video you pulled up and goes, that's AI.
So apparently milk and water do mix when it's a whale. I just see it and I go, ooh,
We
cute.
all do.
I'm going to be so taken advantage of when I turn 80. I'm going to be like, oh, you want my credit card number? All right, little fella. I'm just screwed. Anyway.
Time for trash.
You want some trash? I got trash for you. How do you feel about Carmen Electra being nude again?
Carmen Electra was a huge, I don't know if kids even, or young people, like maybe Bob, like does Bob know who she is? Do you know who she is from MTV, right?
Thank you so much for thinking that I'm incredibly young. Yes. That was a big part of my, yeah.
MTV.
MTV.
I
yeah,
think she
singled
was-
out.
Was she was on that?
Yeah, she took over for Jenny McCarthy when she left. And then Baywatch, what was the dating show with Chris Hardwick? Or that was Singled Out.
That was Singled
Never
Out,
mind.
yeah. Anyway, Carmen was a really big star. I'm a fan. I don't necessarily need to see her naked, but, if she's having success, I'm happy for her.
I want to see everyone naked.
I'm with you there, actually.
Never mind. I'm going to keep that moving. I was going to say, people that I know, people are like, I don't want to see that. I absolutely want to see anyone that I know.
I think I'd rather see people I know than people I don't know.
Right.
And I'd rather see people I know than see Carmen Electra as well.
Right. If someone said, I've got Maddie's nudes, I'd be like, what? Why would you do that? And I would feel bad. We were talking about, I'd rather
she wants
see people's.
to see your nudes. Is
I'd rather
what she
see
said.
people's nudes that I know than I don't know.
I don't think you'd like to see my nudes.
Anyone's nudes.
Come on, we've seen your, what's the term?
Thirst trap.
Thirst traps online. We know that you're looking great these days.
If Sarah's pictures leaked, I would want to see them. My friend is a comedian, and she wrote this Instagram saying that someone has created AI videos of her naked. And
is that her way of saying those real videos are not real?
No,
what?
she says they're AI, and she was upset about it. But unfortunately, my first thought was, well, I need to see these. I need
Who
to
is
see
this?
Well, I'm not going to say her name.
Why
you got
not?
a pen out to.
Well, I mean, you just said she's a comedian, so
She
she's someone in the
is.
public eye.
She is.
She'd probably enjoy a plug.
No, she doesn't want people going to look for this.
But you're saying it's AI.
Yes, but she was upset about it.
Okay.
Her name is Lisa Wallen. But I think and I only say that because I remember she said she got it taken down.
Oh.
But she was very upset about it. But I felt bad. I was like, I kind of want to see. Like, what does this mean?
And you didn't look.
Well, I couldn't find him.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hell.
Hey, real quick, congratulations to Claire in Antioch. She's going to see Fred Armisen.
Yeah, Claire.
Claire Bear.
Screechingly excited.
Screechingly. Okay, so we're talking about Carmen Electra being nude. And yes, she's going to pose for Playboy again at the age of 54, 3 decades after her first nude pictorial. And she doesn't age. I mean, she just showed up to a Hollywood event dressed in a Playboy bunny-inspired outfit. And honestly, she looked almost exactly like she did in the 90s.
I'm looking at photos now. She's still very pretty. Yeah, good for her.
She dated, what's his name?
Dennis Rodman and Dave Navarro
That's
that
what I
I
was
know
thinking
of.
Dave Navarro. And what band was he in?
Jane's Addiction.
Jane's Addiction.
Mhm.
What's he up to?
Well, Jane's Addiction broke up.
Well, I know the band did, but him, Dave Navarro, is he still alive?
And he was doing tattoo TV for a while, but I don't know what he's doing beyond. I mean, he's probably trying to start a new band because, that's what you do.
Right.
You're a music maker.
Well, last year she revealed that she's hoping to reprise her role as Lainey McKenzie in the upcoming Baywatch reboot. She said, I don't know if I'd want to be in the water necessarily, but I could do the slow motion run. I can definitely do that. I still look really good in that suit, so that's not a problem. That is a flex and a half.
Good for her.
I still look good in the suit. And that is not a forgiving suit. I mean, it's one piece, but it's like cut up to your armpits.
Right. I never really watched the show, but what I saw as I was sort of looking around on the internet is that they have some of the old stars on set. Like, I think that's what I saw was a photo of some older, I think it was the dudes from the show, though, but they were on the set of the new show. I assume because they're going to make cameos.
Were they
of some
looking
kind.
good in their suits?
I didn't. The photo wasn't like, from the set.
Gotcha.
It was just these guys are. So I don't see why you wouldn't use her.
Yeah.
Especially if she's volunteering
right,
and saying,
exactly.
I want to do it.
When I lived in Italy, we only had like one American channel. And so I could watch Baywatch, Sequest, and Lorenzo Lamas and Renegade. Oh, and then, Wheel of Fortune. Those are the only 4 American shows we had.
So you saw every episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Loved Baywatch. And I thought that that's what all lifeguards look like. And I was like, I don't see what? That's not the same. But Lorenzo Lamas. Oh, wait. And the other one was Lucy Lawless.
Oh, Xena Warrior Princess.
That was the extent of our American television. So there we have it.
Go Carmen, though. You know what I think? If you are someone who's a celebrity and known for a certain thing, and then you get that call and you haven't been taking care of yourself, you probably would kill yourself in an effort to get back on TV, and probably it wouldn't look the best.
Poor Brendan Fraser is kind of feeling that. You know, if you look super hot, people expect you to look hot your entire life. There is a separate standard for actors and actresses to keep it up, which is hard to do.
He's trying. What I last saw is he's in the gym trying to get in shape for his Mummy 5 or something like that.
Has there been a 3 and a 4?
Oh, I don't know. But it's some kind of, redoing Mummy.
He's trying to get into it. But people were really mean to him when they saw what he looked like. And I think I probably even went, oh my gosh. But here's my pro tip for you for aging. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep your face out there. Don't let people forget what you look like so that when you come back, all the little changes, you just got to keep it constantly out there. Because it's the dip. When you go away for 20 years, people go, what? Oh my God, she looks insane. And that you don't look insane. They just haven't seen you and they still remember 20-year-old you. So keep your face out there.
I realize this isn't the story in front of you. This story is Carmen Electra's, looking great or whatever and going to do Playboy. But is there some reason why Brendan Fraser left Hollywood? Like, the dip that you're talking about, was there a reason for that? Do you know of?
I almost want to say, and I might be making this up, like I make so many other things up, but just nod and smile, that I feel like it maybe had been a Harvey Weinstein kind of thing, like he wasn't playing ball with something.
So he had physical injuries and personal losses and alleged industry blacklisting following sexual assault.
I knew it.
A sexual assault accusation against him.
Yes.
Oh my, I hadn't heard any of that. Okay, well.
No, not against him. I thought he was the one that suffered from, because I don't think he'd be coming back from that.
I do not know.
I think he was the one that was abused, was how I remembered it.
By Weinstein?
I don't know by who, but I think that's
here's
what it
happened. Here's what happened.
Okay,
Fraser alleged he was groped and sexually assaulted. He did by Philip Burke, a former president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Fraser believes by speaking out and saying that and demanding an apology, it led to him quietly being blacklisted in Hollywood. Oh. And don't forget his comeback. He did that movie, The Whale.
Yes,
and
I still haven't seen it.
Incredible in it. And that's
a crying movie, right? That's why I didn't see it.
It's a crying movie.
I haven't seen it either, but I am aware that was his first movie back, and it did well. So good for him.
Well, remember when people stood up for him and did the standing ovation? I mean, I got a little teary for him.
I don't. What was that for?
I think it was for The Whale, and everyone at the Cannes Film Festival stood up and a long standing ovation, and he got all teary, and then I got all teary, and then we all got teary together. Okay, Halle Berry had a hilarious live TV moment this week on the Today Show. She was doing one of those rapid fire question games with Jenna Bush Hager when Jenna asked her, "What's your biggest ick?"
So does she answer?
No, she didn't.
She actually said the D.
I had to bleep it. Yeah,
Okay.
she
That's a
actually said
question I'm going to ask every person I interview from now on. So what's the biggest ick?
Yeah, I believe the answer she was trying to give is the person, the man that she's with at the moment.
Yeah, she joked that if she'd actually had been the question, her answer would have been her fiance, Van Hunt.
Well, that's the right answer.
right.
Of course. But,
Right.
So did she say what her biggest ick is?
I don't believe so. I think they went off the rails.
Okay.
But I mean, that happens all the time. You hear something, the wrong word, and oops, a daisy.
Well, that created a very fun moment that made morning shows all around the country, I'm sure.
Agreed. Now, imagine being so good in bed that people are still complimenting you nearly 30 years after you died.
That would be fun.
That's the dream. That's the dream. Well, Madonna is making headlines after revealing who she says was the best lover of her life. And the answer surprised a lot of people. She said John F. Kennedy Jr.
Is the best in bed?
Uh-huh. Are we shocked? I'm not.
You're not?
No, he was beautiful. I'm assuming he knew what he was doing.
I don't. Okay.
Okay, I'm hoping he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he did, but what I know of Madonna is she's dated a lot of really big stars.
Yeah, who all has Madonna dated?
She was
Warren
married
Beatty,
to Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Dennis Rodman was in there at some point.
Mhm.
Whatever happened to him? Didn't he go to North Korea?
Yeah, he did,
he's
but
So weird.
he's lived a very messy
Who's Dan Gilroy?
post-career life, right?
Who's Dan Gilroy? She apparently dated him.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. John Michael Basquiat. I think he's an actor. John Jellybean Benitez. Not familiar with his work. Then we've got Sean Penn. Tony Ward.
I don't know a lot of these
I don't
names.
either. Warren Beatty, I know.
Okay.
Dick Tracy guy. Then Michael Jackson. She dated Michael Jackson.
I don't believe that.
He did a lot of that for show. And then Jim Albright. Oh, that was her bodyguard. She dated Vanilla Ice?
Yes.
I would have dated Vanilla Ice.
So she's saying the best of all times is JFK Jr. All
Yeah.
right.
And that's including Tupac, Dennis Rodman, Carlos Leon. I remember that. That's the guy that she's got her child
A
with.
kid with. I don't know
Yeah.
if they married, but they had a kid together.
And then Guy Ritchie, Alex Rodriguez.
Wow.
And then like more current guys that I have no idea.
JFK Jr., good for you.
Yeah, good
I mean,
for.
he's gone now, but
Were you guys watching the show with him in it? It was pretty good.
I did not.
Oh, I highly recommend. Well, they asked her, about her dating history, and I guess it shocked everyone to say that. So I'm not surprised. I mean, he was my celebrity crush for a little bit, and I was like a kid.
I'm surprised to hear that because he's way, let me look him up real quick. I don't know
How
when he
old would
passed
he
away.
be now? He was 30 something, I'm thinking, when he passed, maybe early 40s.
He died in 99. He was born in 60,
He'd be 65 today.
which is very old for you to have had a crush on him, but okay.
I always liked preppy guys.
Is that right?
I like them preppy.
The polo shirt.
I do.
All right.
They say that girls like their father. I like funny guys who are preppy with dark hair.
And that's your dad.
Was at one point. Anyway, I'm not from that part of the South. It's fine. Olivia Rodrigo is firing back at critics. She's speaking out about the backlash over her baby doll dresses, calling some of the criticism really disturbing. She says it's weird that society sexualizes covered up clothing more than revealing outfits.
I don't know where she's going with that, but I'll tell you this. She is a superstar.
Is she?
I took my kids to see her show. It was at the Chase Center, which is a pretty big place to play, but she owned it. She was really good. I mean, I'm not necessarily push and play on that in my own car unless the kids are in the car with me, but I really like her. She's good.
What do we think of this baby doll dress?
I loved I'm from I was around in the 90s. The baby doll dress thing was hot.
I've liked it too. I will say the dress that she's wearing does look like something that a 3-year-old little girl in the South would wear. It's like
It looks
puckered at the top with the little puffy sleeves with the lace around. It's floral. It's not. You could put that on a child. That is not like a sexualized Sabrina Carpenter, little baby doll dress that she wears with glitter, and it's for a grown woman. This could absolutely go on a small child.
It's very 90s though. Like that was
cute.
that was definitely a style in the 90s.
Well,
and
she's
so,
got,
what is she saying? That people are what?
she's
Telling her not to do it?
that they're sexualizing it. I mean, it's very short. It looks like the size like of an oversized T-shirt. She's wearing knee-high white socks and black lace-up boots with it. It does look cute.
She's not showing anything though, and she's right
not.
that I don't know.
It's
don't
one
know.
of those things though too. She's thin and she's fairly up and down. Like that's an outfit that if you have big anything you can't wear. You bend over and it's over.
Well,
with.
I was gonna say if you were around in the '90s when that look was a thing, then you probably have a visual of Courtney Love in one of those doll dresses, completely sweaty and messy on a live show with a leg up on a speaker, showing it all. We've all seen that. Well,
I haven't.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
I'm sure you can find it with a search.
Oh, my. All right. Well, finally, let's do one more story. Mobland. Tom Hardy might not be fired from Mobland after all. We've discussed that almost every single day this week of his bad behavior, but now it's looking that, maybe he's still around. Maybe his bad behavior, they're working through it creatively, as source told production.
That's a big thing to put out into the news, but it certainly got them a lot of run.
That's true.
I don't know if has season 2 started showing yet. I know they're talking about it's already out.
Season 2 is already out. Season 3 is not out.
And that's something they've shot?
I don't believe so. And that's why they're saying that he wasn't going to be on it. But I think it's smart. Some of these people, how many of the rumors that we hear about and we talk about, on air are real, and how many did they just put out into the atmosphere?
As I was bouncing around, Helen Mirren had posted, and she's one of his co-stars in this show. She'd posted that I love you no matter what, or something like that.
And she's excellent in the show. Excellent.
So I'm sure she saw that her name was involved in him being fired and wanted to put it out there that, no, I'm not anti.
I think
Tom
we should
Hardy.
drop some rumors about you guys.
Or what about a rumor about you? You're the one with 1 million followers.
I'm
at
fine.
Mason on the mic, everyone. Follow her there.
She's too skinny and too pretty. Just spread that around.
You got it.
Good.
News is coming up, and we'll talk about Blue Origin's failed rocket launch and more after these. Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Sarah's out. She'll be back on Monday. Mason's been in with us all week. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For filling in and being here with us. We're going to do some news now. The weather, this Alice Report is brought to you by our Instagram. Follow Alice973 for daily clips, random moments, and whatever else we decide to throw up there. That's Alice973 on Instagram. You can also follow Mason at Mason on the mic. She's on TikTok, all the stuff.
Yeah. LinkedIn, Snapchat, all of them. MySpace, Friendster, Nextdoor. I love Nextdoor.
I do know people use LinkedIn quite a bit, but
my ex is blocked everywhere, and yet he messaged me on LinkedIn.
Is that right?
Yes. Offensive.
This first story happened last night. It's viral, so you're going to be seeing it everywhere. Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket exploded in a gigantic fireball while they were doing tests on the launch pad in Florida last night. So this video's everywhere. There were no injuries or fatalities. The explosion, though, is gigantic. So if you're into that kind of thing, this was something they were going to use to put up satellites. Blue Origin was. Of course, Blue Origin is owned by Bezos, who's Amazon. And that's the guy that was doing that space tourism thing where they just cross into the... And didn't that sort of get... It was part of the pile-on for Katy Perry as she was... I forget what she did up there that people were...
Nothing.
The Daisy. She had the Daisy.
And isn't her kid named Daisy?
She sang something.
Oh, she was literally up there for 5 minutes? They did a lap.
Yeah, I don't know why that. She's just got bad PR now, so I guess everyone piles on. I wanted to mention this. Our Giants are playing 3 in Colorado. Begins tonight with the Rockies at 5:30. Go Giants.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Sure.
Okay. Why are there the Giants in baseball and a Giants in football?
I don't know which one came first,
yeah.
But there were the New York Giants baseball or Brooklyn. I don't know what they were called, but they moved from New York to here.
Yes, and they used to call the other team the New York Football Giants. Like if you go to New York, like I lived in New York, and people all the time were like the New York Football Giants.
And that's why.
That's why.
Okay.
Oh.
And what's weird about New York, because I had a lot of family there when I was growing up, is you would see people who were loyal to the Jets and the Mets, or they were loyal to the Yankees and the Giants. And that was sort of like a weird pairing.
Jets and Mets are usually like Queens, Brooklyn, the blue collar boroughs, and the Giants and the Yankees are more Manhattan and
but that's the way it was. So one of my grandpas loved the Giants and one of the other ones loved the Jets, and they came the baseball teams accordingly. And
it's been bugging me. So thank you so much for.
Nearly 40% of Americans admit they've gone on a date just to score a free meal.
Oh, I love the judging eyes for me.
I didn't judge you. I'm just looking to you because you're the... Well, actually, Maddie is on the dating scene now, too. But let's hear from you. Yes to dating for a dinner?
Yes, I would love to do that. I always offer, because I was raised right, and I do hate it when they take me up on it. I go, like, I'm sliding my card across, and they take it, and I'm like, oh, no.
No.
Oh, you pay for the lady?
Every time. I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd never if they insisted, I would say, okay, because that's also telling me they're not interested in me. But I always pay. And
wait a minute. You're saying if a lady says, no, I'm going to pay, that she's not interested in you?
If they want to split the bill, I assume they are not interested in me. If they're insistent on splitting the bill because they're saying, I don't want to owe you anything, so I'm not letting you pay for this meal.
That's not how I think about it.
I think you're reading that wrong.
Well, but no, I don't think he's necessarily wrong, because I think probably a lot of women would do that. But for me, I just never wanted to come across as a gold digger.
So you won't let them,
you
will try to pay. I see what you're saying.
I always offer.
Well, yeah, they'll offer, but it's usually like, can I? And I'm like, no. And then they're like, okay.
I'll go really slowly. I'll go, are you sure you don't want the credit card? No.
I will say I always paid as well. I never wanted to get the half payment, and I also had to budget my dating life. Like if
Dude, it's expensive.
If I can't afford to pay the full amount, I'm not asking you out. I can't be there on a date praying you'll offer to pay for half because
that's
I don't
fair.
have the money. Like I'm not doing that. So I would just stay home.
What do they say? The average date price in the Bay Area right now is like $250, I think is what it was.
To me,
That's a lot.
That's at least.
In this economy?
Yeah. To me, that's about right. Yeah. I mean, especially, I don't drink, but if you have some drinks too, that's going to, put that bill up. And then all the nice restaurants, all the Michelin restaurants that you might try to wow someone with, over $250.
I would love to go to a Michelin star restaurant so bad.
You haven't?
No. Sorry, like a multiple Michelin.
Mm.
Like I love fancy food. I love foie gras. I love like bone marrow. I also love SpaghettiOs, so don't get me wrong. I'm white trash and I'm fancy.
You love bone marrow?
Yeah.
Spread on a piece of warm bread.
Oh, God, yeah.
You too?
Oh, absolutely. It's so good on bread. Like a
Yeah.
nice warm
With
piece
some-
of bread and bone marrow.
It's just like the fat on a steak.
No. What?
It
It
tastes
is.
like melted fat.
Yes.
Bone marrow.
Bone
Yes.
marrow. Yeah.
It's more of a texture issue, so I could get how you wouldn't like it.
You know what I'm thinking of is my grandma just gnawing on some kind of bone to like, and you can hear it like cracking, and it's not, and you're not even sure if it's her teeth or the bone. Like
They crack the bone at the restaurant beforehand.
So you
it's
scoop out
splits.
the marrow and
Yes,
you
yeah.
spread it on toast, and then you usually have some sort of like fruit something to cut
Like
it.
a
So it's always
compote.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. You're
okay.
missing out, man.
Well, hopefully someone around here will take you to one of the fine Michelin restaurants
Yes.
that we have. There's plenty of them. How about a fast fact?
Okay.
We love them.
Humans could never land on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune because they are made of gas and have no solid surface.
Okay. I believe you.
There's a condition called erotomania, where a person believes a celebrity is in love with them.
Do you think people think you're in love with them?
I think that is one of those things that can cause a person to stalk you. Like that sounds like a real mental problem.
I've had some Instagram instances where I DM'd somebody back. They thought that was something and then accused me of ghosting them like we were dating.
Oh, that was recent, right?
That was, yeah.
I think you showed that to me.
Yeah. I was just like, I didn't, because remember I was on the air, I was talking about how like I got ghosted.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, want to talk about ghosting? Let me tell you what you did to me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't mean to mean anything. I was just being polite and DMing and
According to data from the FBI and MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, there are nearly 347,000 drunk drivers on the road on an average day.
Oof.
And most offenders drive drunk at least 80 times before they're arrested.
In this day and age, there is no excuse with Uber. Absolutely no excuse.
I would say you're 1,000% right, but that someone who is a daily drinker might think differently. Like that's part of their daily life, and they just end up in the car, like behind the wheel. I'm
Well,
not saying it's okay.
No, I get it. But like Tiger Woods,
Like there's a guy who's
get a driver. And he's like, I don't want people to know my business. Well, they're going to know your business every time you get arrested.
I believe
Dum-dum.
we last heard from him before he went into rehab. He's there now. Like that is the place for that guy. We haven't heard if he came out, have we?
So he came back for a hot minute for either a wedding or something, a birthday, and he went right back to Switzerland. So he is, it seems like he is very committed to.
What do they do in these Switzerland?
In any rehab, I would imagine it's the same, but
Yeah.
you go through a detox where they medically supervise your sweating and your
Yes.
sickness, and to get you through that without a seizure or something.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then you begin, like, it depends on what's wrong with you. Sometimes they'll be like, you need to eat, depending on what you've been up to. And they try to, there's a lot of counseling, and hopefully this person will leave there with the tools needed to try and keep it together. Often, someone goes right back to it right away. Like, it just didn't take.
Yeah. They treat you good at a good rehab though. Like,
well, I was thinking,
it's
kind of spa
luxurious
like.
at
What
some
was
of
the
them.
one that was always Malibu Promises? Is that what it's called?
That's one I went to Cliffside Malibu, which
Is
was
that right?
Yeah.
That sounds lovely. Was it lovely? It sounds like a little bed and
It
breakfast.
actually was really nice.
Is it?
Yeah, we had like they had the acupuncture therapy and massage therapy.
Okay, well,
and
I did not go to one that nice.
My
I
first
went
one
in
wasn't
Santa
that nice.
Rosa.
How much does that cost? Like an arm and a leg? Does insurance cover that?
Insurance
Does cover that, yeah.
Man.
Anyway, our text number is 800-400-3697, and Maddie's got a few of your comments.
I sure do. 415, Maddie, a woman should always offer to pay. I do appreciate you being a gentleman, though. I don't think you need to offer. 408, about 20 years ago, my best friend agreed to go on a date for a free lunch. Ended up falling in love, marrying the guy. They're still together. Their twin daughters are graduating high school next week. Jenny,
Oh, that's awesome.
listening in Hollister.
That is an awesome story.
650, Maddie, I always offer to split a bill with first date, especially in this age of dating apps when people were going on a lot of dates. Too expensive for just one person.
Yeah, it's hard to read people, but I had one of the best dates of my life, not with my wife, but with someone else before her. And we had the best night. And there we were. I want to say this was the third or the fourth date, and we were making out in the car outside her house. And then she was like, I live right there. And I was going, okay. And she goes, all right, good night, and left. And I just went, oh, she's not into me. She is not into me. There's no way that lady's into me. And then later I found, like, I told the story to Sarah, and she goes, she probably couldn't invite you in. Either the place was dirty or she was unable to partake in any more activities because of a monthly thing. And I was like, I didn't think of that. But we stopped dating right then. I went, okay, she's not into me.
Wow.
There's no way.
510, I always offer to pay, but I'm with Maddie. I will insist to pay to get the hell out of there. Juliet in Santa Rosa.
So you are reading it right.
I think I'm reading it 100%
I think it depends
right.
on the person. Yeah. And that's the problem with dating is that everyone's got different little ticks and things that are going to set them off, and you never know.
Mason, what's coming up in the trash?
I'm so glad you asked because Cynthia Erivo is tired of talking about Oz.
Alice 97. Oh, boy. Whoops. Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. What's up, everyone? We appreciate you being here. Thank you. Mason is in for Sarah, who's back on Monday. Right now, we've got a giveaway. Bruno Mars tickets up for grabs. Take the code word DOOR, D-O-O-R, to radioalice.com to win a pair of tickets for Bruno Mars on October 10th at Levi's Stadium. It's going to be a great show. I've been hearing reviews from the tour's already on, and I've been hearing reviews, and he's great. Take the word DOOR, D-O-O-R, to radioalice.com and listen today at 12:05 with Mason, who will continue after I exit and be on Alice all afternoon. And then Jane's in, and you can win with her at 5:05. For more chances to win, this hour's code word is DOOR, courtesy of Live Nation. Hi, Mason.
Yo. How do they pick the code words, by the way? They're always so random.
I wouldn't know. I actually don't. I'm sure that comes from on high.
They have to pick words. They have to go through legal. It's a thing.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's not as easy as just.
No, I would imagine.
Nothing's easy.
I would choose inappropriate words probably. 0 days since the last mistake.
We keep a little going thing with Sarah on the days that, not to make a board mistake. And I've been perfect all week. And of course, on the next to last break, we've got a 0 now.
Maddie, you've done great. Mason, you've been great. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
What do you got in the trash?
I can't wait to talk about Cynthia Erivo because she doesn't want to talk about Oz anymore. She is done. She says, I feel like I've spent the last 2 years talking about it. Well, you have. So your feelings are correct. She said, I think that we have an opportunity to talk about something else. And I love Wicked, but I've just talked about it ad nauseum, which, yeah.
That has to have left the people involved with a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth too, because the first, I don't know, what did they do that in 2 parts? So the first half, I guess is the way to word that, was excellent. And I'm not even a theater guy. I've never seen, Christina, my wife, said that Wicked is one of her favorite plays. She's into seeing theater. I never saw that, but I loved the first half. I'm not usually into musicals, and she can sing. Like I left there
phenomenal.
Like all about it. And then the second half, I don't even think I finished it.
But that's the thing that I'm not surprised about, because the second half of the play isn't that good. Like, that's always been my problem with musicals. You've got some real bangers, like, whatever the ones are from Wicked. On top of, that's not it.
I can't think of it. I can't think of it right now, but I loved it the first half. A lot
of the other songs are like, there's not really a firm melody. It's like, and then I did this, and then I did that.
Right. Well, they're telling a story.
And then I walked around, but
instead of, it being a catchy tune, that's been my argument, that why I don't like musicals is I don't want to hear you sing, like, piece together 2 parts of a story with a song.
Well, if it's done well and it's a good, Chicago's got a lot of hits that I know.
I've never seen
But there's a bunch of songs that I'm like, okay. I mean, they can't all be hits, basically.
I have opened my mind to them because my kid is a theater geek, and so I will continue to sort of watch this stuff and enjoy it. I love the plays she's been in, and I loved Wicked the first half.
I'm trying to remember if it's appropriate for a kid her age or not. Are you guys familiar with Schmigadoon?
I don't know what that is.
I think would be okay for a kid. I can't remember.
No, not for that young. No.
What is it?
Human Centipede. That's what she needs to watch.
No. What is Schmigadoon? Say what you
Schmigadoon is an Apple TV show that is a spoof on musicals, and it's Cecily Strong and what is it? Key and Peele dude.
Oh, Dove Cameron is a huge Disney star, and she's in this Schmigadoon.
Yes, and so they do different. I think the first season is a certain type of, like, Oklahoma, maybe, musical. It's
based on the play Brigadoon, where somebody goes and they go through a portal and they end up in this town of Brigadoon that only shows up one day a year for every 100 years or something like that. So in this one, they go through a portal and they walk into a real life Broadway, like everything is
Yes.
Chicago.
It says the story centers around a couple from New York, both doctors who become trapped in magical musical theater settings and learn lessons about love and happiness. So it's tongue in cheek. It's
You liked
satire. Yes, I
It's
thoroughly
funny.
did. Yeah.
You saw it too?
Oh yeah, I watched the first season. I
Yeah.
thought it was great.
Some of the other seasons aren't as good, but the first season is clever. And I have a friend. I have probably the best friend in the world to have. He does the Apple TV like parties, where people vote for the shows.
Oh.
And I got on that list, and it's an amazing list to be on because the party's Apple money is incredible. So I went to they did like a Q&A with the actors, and then there was like a cocktail party afterwards. It was incredible.
This wasn't for Schmigadoon.
It was for
It
Schmigadoon.
was. So
yeah.
you got to see, that's Jane Krakowski's
yes,
in this.
I saw Titus Burris.
Kristen Chenoweth is in this. Alan Cumming is in this.
Incredible cast.
I'd
And
never heard of it.
I was seated right in the front row. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life.
I know this Dove Cameron, which is sort of funny and embarrassing at the same time because she's a huge Disney star and she starred in The Descendants, which is, I believe, the show about the children of Disney villains.
Oh.
And so she plays the child of one of the...
I didn't know that. Oh, I want to watch that now. That
You've
sounds
never
really
heard of
good.
that?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I've heard of the
Descendants.
title, but I didn't know that it was from Disney Villains. That's a smart concept. I like
Yep.
it. Well, how would you like for fans of the Alice Show to be pulling for your divorce? It wouldn't feel good, would it?
Are we still talking about Cynthia Erivo or we've moved on?
We've moved on.
Okay.
Keep up.
All right.
Okay. Fans want Millie Bobby Brown to get a divorce. That's such a smooth transition.
I was really... this is all stuff I put together in my head, but she's a young lady who had grown parents. Sorry, grown parents. That's a dumb thing to say. Her parents helped her get the job she's got by bringing her to Hollywood, and she did tests, and it sounded to me, I could be wrong, like they're living off of her.
I think a lot of those parents
I
do.
understand, and that makes me sad because
Right.
now the kid is the breadwinner, and the parents are busy with when her next check rolls in so they can pay the bills, including the rent and dinner and all that. So I think that's a sad spot to be, and I feel like she married to get out from under that.
Really?
That's my guess. I don't know.
But she's been an adult for...
But how do you break your parents off of your payroll?
Oh, I see.
You know what I
you're
mean?
saying.
Like
I
that's
see what you're
she's
saying.
living with her parents and funding everything. And I do feel like there's a possibility because how do you say, can you guys go get jobs now?
Well, Kim Zolciak was borrowing money from her adult daughter, and her boyfriend was like, you gotta stop. But the mom, she had a bunch of small children still at home, and so that's why she was still helping her because, well, you know how trashy Kim Zolciak has been with her
I'm
money.
actually looking her up right now because
She's
I don't know
a
who
Real
she is.
Housewives of Atlanta, and she had her own show, and she's always been incredibly ostentatious, and I'm so rich, and I just think you are setting yourself up for some major bad karma with some of the things that she was saying about wealth, and she lost it all, and her the teenage daughter was on a Bravo spinoff show, and like she said, I never knew how much money I had, and my mom, it was all gone by the time I got older, and now she's borrowing money from her child still to this day. So I can imagine, I think you might be onto something that, she married to get away with him, especially a Bon Jovi. Now they have more money though.
Yeah, however they met and fell in love, I don't know anything about that. And I'm not saying I know for sure this is what happened, but that was just sort of the pieces I put together. I felt like you don't marry at whatever age she was, 20, 21.
Right. That's a fair point.
Unless you're trying, and I feel like your parents living off of you becomes a thing. This Kim
Zolciak.
However, she
Bierman.
has 6 kids?
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, and the husband, the parents did not want him to marry her and caused huge rifts with all of the family. They stopped talking, and now they're in the middle of a pretty awful divorce. And it's kind of
her and the rich husband.
He was, I guess he was an NFL player, and he was probably like 10 years younger than her. And they blew through his NFL money because he was never like a huge NFL star.
Is it Croy Bierman?
Croy Bierman, correct.
Okay.
Another Bravo Universe It's just like the Marvel Universe, but trashier.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Millie Bobby Brown, why do fans want her to get a divorce from Jake Bon Jovi? Do they not believe in true love? Apparently, it's because they think he's a man-child and a spoiled brat. After she said in an interview that he never packs clothes for trips so that he can go shopping instead. He's rich.
Well, I realize that his dad is probably a 500 millionaire. Like, I mean, look up his net worth. I bet it's something like that. But I don't know how that makes him rich unless dad has said, you're on the payroll for good.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's probably some lifestyle that you've become accustomed to.
He's done nothing but Sarah told
done?
us he acted in some TV show and was not very good, but he at least had done something. I don't think he's a musician. Well, I don't think he's taken up after his dad.
His dad is worth about $450 million. You were right on.
Wow.
Well, you know what? I went and saw Bon Jovi at their peak in the 80s, and they were. I wasn't even really a fan of the band. I took some girls me and a friend took a couple girls on a double date. They killed though. And that was him at his peak with the Wanted, what is that? Dead or Alive. Like all that stuff, and him flying out into the audience with the big poofy hair and the
Yeah.
he had a minute, and he for sure toured the world many times over. So he should have.
He's charming too.
You like him?
He seems kind and warm, and even if he's not, he's playing the game well.
Well, I don't know what his kids got or how he's getting the money from dad, but
gotta give that. There needs to be, I think, firm boundaries about giving your kids things. Like, what is it? Guy Fieri has some strict rules for his kids, and I made this money. This is not your money. You have to do X, Y, and Z too in order to get some portion of it. And I think when it's very easy to raise some spoiled little brats if you're not careful.
Cruising on a vacation with nothing packed does seem pretty wasteful. But who doesn't buy something when you're on vacation? Just, I don't know, what it could be sandals, it could be, I forgot my trunks.
Well, you might, I would feel like you would want to bring some things like underwear, because who knows if you're going to find cute things that you even want.
Or I guess they're just taking them right out of the package and putting them on.
I don't know. I guess they're going to places that
that.
I'm not going. They're not going to West Virginia for a little visit. They're going to Dubai. They're going to.
I make a trip to the Walmart when I get there, and if I need stuff, I get my.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, that's also where you see everybody in a small town. Everybody hangs out at Walmart.
Anyway, what I think is interesting is, did you say that she posted that he never packs?
She said it in an interview, and then there was also a viral photo of them in public with her carrying several bags and dealing with the baby seat, and him with a much lighter load, which is...
They have a kid?
They adopted a baby.
Yeah, they adopted a kid, not a year ago even.
Wow, I usually remember the stuff Sarah reports, but I don't remember hearing they have a kid.
Yeah.
And she said that he won't even pack a phone charger, that he'll just steal hers. Okay, that does sound like a little twit.
Well, think about it, though. This is probably among people with means not that abnormal. And it just sounds terrible to us because we know you can't live like that and still pay your bills and make your... Like, to just bring your credit card out on vacation and buy everything when you get there?
So I saw, when I was working on the Nick Cannon show, I saw some very interesting sides of wealth. And there are certain aspects that are enviable, obviously. He never packed any of his stuff, but he had a person to pack. And so he had...
Like a personal assistant did all the stuff for him.
Yeah, so like we'd be leaving the show and, he has a flight to catch, and he had a fitting room full of shoes and clothes, and he's not the one packing that stuff. And especially because he's got, the multiple baby mamas and stuff, he's got clothes and shoes at each house. So that's got to be real hard of like, where's my favorite shirt? Which house is it at?
The only thing that comes to mind for me is, so then he leaves all that behind and doesn't bring it home with him? I'm going to guess that's the case, right? Just leaves it in the hotel for donation later or something.
Ooh, that might be good to find out where he's traveling to and follow up behind him.
Man, that is some wasteful crap for sure.
And I find it interesting that this has been something I've seen a lot, that a viral situation with people who aren't even famous of men on vacation or just, coming from the store, and the mom has the baby. She's got the diaper bag. She's got the groceries, and the man has nothing in his hands.
That's a new question I'm going to ask people when I'm talking to someone who's of means. That seems super wasteful, but I bet he's not the only one. And it's how convenient to just go, on my roll to the airport, I'll stop at a store and buy some threads. Good for him.
Well, and speaking of Millie Bobby Brown and Stranger Things, the 2025-2026 TV season, Stranger Things that was the show. And they collected some data from mid-September to mid-April, and over both streaming and broadcast TV, it's not including Sunday Night Football, they had 32.9 million viewers.
For Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Most watched series.
I watched that whole thing and fell off the finale.
What? I did too.
Never even saw how it ended. I just could see. I mean, I know they were fighting, but I don't know what happened to the characters at the end.
It's a great ending.
Okay, tell us.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
Wait, we both walked away from the finale.
I shouldn't say that I walked away. I was on my phone and I couldn't tell you what happened. No idea.
I was on my. It doesn't matter. Don't tell me then. It's okay.
No, because it's.
I'll never know.
It's a really fun ending, and it ends like you feel satisfied at the end of it.
I just felt like so many of the show. We were talking about this during break. Of so many of these shows have these long downtimes, and they lose momentum.
You fall off.
And it's the same thing with what were we just talking about earlier this week too? With not Brothers, the superheroes. Amazon TV.
Oh, The Boys.
The Boys. Swear to God, it's early onset Alzheimer's. I'm very concerned. Anyway, yes, it was falling off. But Stranger Things was the most watched series of 2025 and 2026.
Coming up, we'll do some news, and then we're going to get out of here. But Mason will continue to entertain you throughout the afternoon on Alice. Alice 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. This is the last of it for us today. Sarah will be back on Monday morning, but we've had Mason in all week, and thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
She's going to be on the rest of the midday here.
Yes, and then tomorrow I'll be on.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
I love working.
More chances to get in on those Bruno Mars tickets with Jane as well. So 12:05 and 5:05 later today. Don't forget that. I'll do a couple stories as we get out the door here, and then we've got your text. We'll try to get in some of those as well. This Alice Report is brought to you by the Napa Valley Wine Train. Head to radioalice.com to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Napa Valley Wine Train Gourmet Express lunch or dinner. Your choice, courtesy of the Napa Valley Wine Train. Where to begin? Weather-wise, you should see partly cloudy skies today. Right now, we're overcast in downtown San Francisco, but it's been mixed and will continue to be warmer this weekend. Really nice days ahead. So that's good news. Let's see here. San Antonio even the series last night by getting the win. So we get a Game 7 on Saturday night at Oklahoma City, 5 p.m. tip time. And our Giants are in Colorado for 3 games starting tonight at 5:30. Go Giants. Let's see here. I had something about, and this has been the sort of the running theme is all the kids are getting out of school right now. Many are older and don't need to be entertained, but here is one of the stories for a lot of the country schools getting out or already out. And you're in that spot where now you've got to figure out what the heck to do with your kids. Here's some of the best outdoor toys that should keep your kids entertained for minutes. I'd like to think it's hours, but I just don't believe that. Reusable water balloons. I don't know anything about an environmentally friendly water balloon, but they say they're out there. Something called Stomp Rockets. Are you chewing a cookie? Yes.
Yes.
They're delicious.
The Chicks came up on yesterday's show, right?
Right. They're playing the
Masonic October 29th and 30th, and they sent over a huge box of cookies. I was like, ooh, is that how the morning show works? You talk about something, they send you stuff?
Sometimes that's the case.
I also love lobster.
Thanks, Live Nation.
I love
Ferraris with cocaine in the glove box.
That's right. Nailed it. No, thank you. I actually really want to go to this show. It looks like fun.
And the cookies?
Cookies are excellent.
You like them, okay.
They're an excellent breakfast item as well.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Live Nation.
You're not eating sugar.
I'm off.
How long?
It's been 3 weeks now.
I'm impressed. And you don't crave it anymore then?
No, I totally crave it.
Oh, you do?
Every time.
Okay.
I would like to have a messy brownie sundae right now. The whole thing.
I thought you were supposed to have that out of your system by now.
It's, you know what? I think because I have developed this, I deserve a little nibble after every meal.
Treat yourself.
And I've let that happen over, it's been 10 years or something like that I've just been on this, well, I've got kids, I'm busy, I can only do what I can do. And I'm at the point now, and we were talking about it earlier with exercise in general, which is I can't wait. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Like, I have to just get on a program and get with it now, or where do I end up in 10 years? When my kids are graduating high school, I'll be a mess.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. You're nice.
And brave.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Walkie-talkies are good for the kids in the summer. I've never had that as a kid. I don't know if that's something they're into. Badminton or croquet sets.
I had walkie-talkies at my last apartment complex with my friend. She lived across the courtyard.
And you guys used them?
Yeah, it was cool.
That does sound pretty fun.
Sure, we had cell phones, but it was cooler to use the walkie-talkies.
I didn't realize Nerf balls were still a thing. I lived for Nerf football. I didn't really use the basketball, but we did that quite a bit. These are the best outdoor toys to keep your kids entertained for hours, if you let them outside, that is.
Super Soakers? Is that on the list?
Sidewalk chalk. I don't see Super Soakers.
I loved Super Soakers.
My kids use the sidewalk chalk and then blow up kiddie pool for your backyard if you can.
And a pogo stick.
Did you do that?
Oh, yeah. My dad was super into getting me like outdoor toys. I had stilts. I had a pogo stick.
Wait. stilts. Like you put your feet on them. And
They had
with
little
sticks.
like sneakers. Do you remember? Like, I don't even know what one of those catalogs would have been, but like where they had those, like a Nickelodeon catalog. They were like the Nickelodeon moon shoes.
No, I don't.
It was like a bucket shoe, and it had like this weird foam stuff. So you're stepping on the foam that's in the bucket on top of it. I had all sorts of cool stuff like that. I think my parents like were really trying to buy my friends. It really worked out.
Stilts, though.
Yeah,
So
stilts,
you'd
man.
get like up on a chair, get onto your stilt, and then you'd
Well, they
walk.
weren't that high.
I don't
think
know.
it was like getting on a pogo stick. You just kind of, it's like a step
Okay.
up.
Pogo sticks. Did you have one of those? Because I did that so much.
Oh, love them.
And I want to say like when I was 5 or something, right before I got a skateboard, I was into my pogo stick.
I did, but I lived on a farm, so I could only use it on certain days because most of the time
Maddie.
the ground was too moist
Certain
and I'd just
days.
sink in.
Next time I come in, I'm going to bring a pogo stick. We had one at my last radio station, so there's video of me like do it in the halls.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'm a big fan. Big fan. Ooh, you know what I really want to? I always wanted a monster truck. Like the ones, like the little cars that actually moved. Like,
But you sit in it.
Yeah.
Not a radio controlled one. One that you
sit
can
in
sit
it. We spent the holidays one year with another family, and I got to experience jealousy for the first time because the two boys got the what do you not electric? They're battery operated, like big cars, big wheels. Is that what they were called? Big wheels.
Yeah.
And I was so insanely jealous. I still think about it to this day. I want one bad.
Well, that's a list of things and a few contributions from us that you can get for your kids to keep them busy this summer. We're going to do a few texts, and then we're going to tap out everyone. So our text number is 800-400-3697. And Maddie's on the show.
Going back to the last break, Vinny, there's a Bluey episode where the dad takes the kids to the pool bringing nothing. And then
I've
mom
seen that
shows
one.
up later with all the stuff.
Well, he didn't have the sunscreen. He didn't, and I do that same thing. When I take my kids down to the water, I'm like, bring a towel, that's it. Mom brings lunch, sodas, snacks, an umbrella. I'm always like, we're just going down to the water for a few minutes. Do we have to bring all? And we do.
But-
and he learns the hard way. That's what the kids expect, that
But what
everything's covered.
What I learned on the break is that because Mason and I have overactive minds and are anxious all the time, we should watch Bluey more often.
Bluey, I'm telling you, if you ask someone who's watched it, a grown-up, they'll tell you that is one of the best shows on TV. I realize you'll say to yourself, that's a kid's show. It's easy watching. I'm not kidding. I mean, there's tons of kids shows where I would say it's garbage.
All right,
You
I'll check
can't.
it out. I
But
usually
Bluey's-
watch Game of Thrones, but I'll change it up to
Bluey is great. I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right,
all
you
right.
got it. 510, you guys did an awesome job this week, TGIF.
Thank you. Thanks to Mason, by the way, who came in and saved the day.
707, enjoyed getting to know Mason this week. Really enjoyed the show. Thanks for pulling the double shift, Mason. You rock.
You are welcome. I'm not going to lie, though. I'm very excited to go to bed today.
I bet.
I'm really looking forward to it and sleeping in.
And then one more for Mason, 408. Mason, embrace being single. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been fun, like getting to know you, but I also feel like the idea that you want to get back out there, that's hard stuff, and having guys like Max just not show at all.
That was a great way to get back out there. I don't know if I want to venture out again after that winter.
Bummer. I will follow your adventures, though. That is fun. And you can follow Mason on all the socials at Mason on the mic.
Correct.
Okay, so thanks to everybody, and really, we appreciate you listening. We know it's not the normal show. I'm not the best at leading the show, and Mason's not Sarah, and that's just the way it is. But we've been here live. We've done the best we can. We're all back on Monday. Thank you.